The Iowa caucuses are just 25 days away, but the ongoing crisis between the United States and Iran may have changed the entire state of the race. Joining me now to discuss, Basil Smikle, Democratic strategist, and Dan Eberhart, the CEO of Canary, who is also a Republican donor. Dan, you have a quote in the Washington Post that stuck out to me this week where you said, "The common wisdom on Trump is that he's incompetent. Iran is his opportunity to disprove that. If Iran doesn't become a disaster and the economy is good, Trump is untouchable in November." Explain.
So, well, I think the media is always spinning this narrative that Trump is incompetent and he can't be trusted and he's a loose cannon. And I think that, sometimes there's data for that and sometimes there's not. But here, Trump has killed a terrorist. He took a very big risk without knowing what the Iranian response would be necessarily. But he took a very big risk. And it seems like he's threaded the needle on attacking and killing an Iranian terrorist, who I think the general's a terrorist, and at the same time found an off-ramp to de-escalate the situation where no American troops were killed and the crisis is cooling. I think all of this, though, was a very, very big risk, and it could have completely backfired. But I think that Trump is, at the moment, this looks like the situation is cooling down, and I think sets him up well against a Joe Biden or Pete Buttigieg or whoever the Democratic nominee is, that he's a serious person on foreign policy, and he's made assertive decisions.
Yeah, there's a reason that World War III was trending right after Trump made the decision that he did to go after Soleimani, because there are a lot of folks that just don't trust his judgment. They feel that he's very capricious.
But hold on. We also can't trust what's trending.
No, I understand that, but there are a substantial number of voters out here that do question his judgment and do wonder, does he talk to people, does he collaborate? And even though he may get some of his highest marks from actions like this, he also gets a lot of that creates a lot of tension within Republicans. Go back to the troop withdrawal from Syria, where you had a lot of Republicans saying, is this the right time? Are you making this decision appropriately and properly? So he does have the risk of creating division even within the Republicans. At the end of the day, does any of that matter? On the Republican side, probably not. On the Democratic side, what it does do is it puts Biden in a way front and center. You'll have progressives saying, or calling out Biden perhaps for his Iraq vote and saying, the civil situation, did you get enough intelligence? Did you make the right decision? Who are we going to put up as a nominee who will make a good decision in moments like this? Whoever becomes the nominee, I think, going to your point, you'll have Trump going up against Biden. I think that's a wash. But Trump could say, if it's a Warren or a Sanders, you don't have the guts to make the decision that I did. So I think that's the challenge.
You're the leader of a major business. Mm-hmm. Think about what you said. Common wisdom is that he is incompetent. Okay? We're talking about the person who's filling the role as the leader of the free world. In your company, would you promote someone to senior management who you describe as incompetent but gets the job done?
Of course we wouldn't. But I said that that's the conventional wisdom, and that's what's coming out of the media, and that's what a lot of people in the country think, but not everyone. Quite the opposite, actually. I think that Trump has proven that he has made a proportional decision and has de-escalated the situation while at the same time killing the terrorists. How can you say he's proven it? We're 24 hours out. Well, at this point in time as we sit here, I think if Iran strikes again, then I'll be wrong.
Basil?
Listen, I think the president, at this very moment in time, to your point, has gotten away with making this strike, and with Iran de-escalating it through their channels and saying, we're done, we're not doing anything else. But if this goes longer into the summer, which it could very well do, there are real questions about this president's leadership that Democrats are going to be able to explore.
It's also the case that Trump has Iran is constantly doing these proxy attacks, and I think they did them before, and if they do them after, then we will see, if this accomplished anything or not.